Hey there, this is Stacy, the Baby Maker Roberts, and I am coming to you from the Baby Maker Fertility Tips. It used to be called Friday Fertility Tips, but I can't always get these things out on a Friday, so I'm going to just basically change the name so it's recognizable under our umbrella of the Baby Maker. So welcome to your Baby Maker Fertility Tip. Today we're going to talk about temperature charting. I get a lot of questions about temperature charting. There are many people who think temperature charting is a waste of time. All that it does is create more stress, doesn't really tell you much. If you already know when you're ovulating, you don't need to do temperature charting. And there's a bit of truth in that, but mostly I think it's extremely important to understand why and how utilizing or keeping track of your temperatures can be a huge asset to you in regards to improving your fertility, whether you're just getting started or whether you've had problems in the long run or trying to get pregnant. First, you need a decent thermometer for temperature charting, and we'll talk about that in a little bit after I go through some of the pros and cons of temperature charting. And then I'm also going to be asking you for your feedback at the end too, so I hope that you contribute with your opinion. Firstly, temperature charting. Okay, so what is it exactly? Well, temperature charting is taking temperature either orally, rectally, vaginally, underneath the arm, to take a look at what your temperatures are doing throughout your cycle. Now, men's temperatures don't vary as much, so you don't really see a huge pattern in men's temperatures. So women's temperatures are very valuable to look at their cycle because based on our hormone changes, our temperatures do change significantly through the cycle. So I'm just going to be talking about females taking their temperature to look at fertility issues. In another tip, I'll talk about the benefits of men taking their temperature as well in relation to fertility issues as well as overall health. But today we'll talk about taking temperatures orally. Now, some of my patients do take temperatures vaginally. I don't find the data on that is any better than taking it orally. So for me, it's a lot more convenient and a lot easier to do so orally versus vaginally. Under the armpit or rectally is not necessary either and can be obviously difficult to obtain those temperatures. So when I talk about taking temperatures, temperature chart, it would be oral digital thermometer temperatures with a basal body temperature thermometer. Okay, and some of them are out there advertised in regards to fertility, and some of them are just say basal body temperature thermometer, so any of those. So the first thing that you do is that you take your temperature before getting out of bed in the morning after your longest sleep. Okay, what's the advantage of doing this? Okay, so the advantage of taking your temperature first thing in the morning, you get that baseline basal body temperature that you would have, and it gives us an indication again of a regularly scheduled time every day to be able to take your temperature and give you a decent data to record. Once you've taken that temperature in the morning, you would record that on a temperature chart. Now there's a couple different temperature charts that you can use. You can find them online. You can also find them via temperature apps or fertility apps. I like fertilityfriend.com. I think their app is fantastic. And in my ebook that I'm writing on temperature charts, I'll be utilizing some examples from their website and their web app. I find other web apps to be very difficult to read. You're not getting really the information that you want, and I just find it to be a good site overall. So then you jot your temperatures down to take a look at what the temperature graph looks like. And in my ebook coming up, I'll be showing you what those temperature graphs will look like. Now, what's the benefit of these? Well, you can identify ovulation through taking your temperatures by looking at through the cycle when your temperatures start to increase and stay increased through the second half of the cycle. So for example, if you have a 28-day cycle, your temperatures will usually dip and then start to rise on day 14, 13 or 14, right around there. And then those temperatures should be sustained at a higher temperature through the second half of the cycle until your period is coming on. If you are pregnant, those temperatures will sustain right through when you should have had your period, and they'll remain high. Now, why is there a temperature change? Well, the hormone progesterone doesn't come in till after ovulation, and this temperature change in our cycle tends to correlate with the release of progesterone from the body, from the ovaries basically. And that correlates with that sustained rise in temperature after ovulation. So they can't say for sure that temperature causes this, it's called a thermal shift, that change in temperature, but it certainly correlates with that time. So when your temperatures rise, when you know that progesterone is coming in, a disadvantage is you can't get the level of progesterone, so you can never know if the progesterone is high enough to produce a good healthy lining, but you know at least that you've ovulated. And then 14 days later, if you have the normal length of the second half of the cycle, then your period should come in. Or if your period doesn't come in and your temperatures are still elevated, then you would do a pregnancy test to see whether you're pregnant or not. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of temperature charting. In the ebook that I'm going to be making for you for free, you'll be able to find, to see this and see some examples of what that would look like. So temperature charting can help you narrow down when you would usually be ovulating. It's not always 100% accurate because of various things, such as you might have a cold, or you might be sleeping under an electric blanket, or if you had more alcohol than you normally have the night before, that can spike your temperature the next day. So there are variables that will affect your temperatures, but if you're keeping track of those variables, you can figure out which temperatures are probably not as accurate as the other ones. So the advantage is if you do this over time and not just on one chart, you can start to see a pattern for you and then be able to time intercourse around that time. That's for you if you're just starting out and trying to figure out when the heck to have intercourse to create a baby. Now, if you've been doing that for a while and your temperatures seem to look normal, or you can't see a pattern, you can still get some good information from temperature charting, but you need to take that temperature chart to a qualified therapist or practitioner who understands what to look for in regards to reading temperature charts, not just for ovulation, but for hormone fluctuation, what the temperature should look like in each part of the cycle. Looking at a series of temperature charts from you is important because everybody's different. The perfect temperature chart may not be perfect for you to become pregnant. A really kind of erratic temperature chart in somebody may be fine, they might be pregnant the next month, and somebody else it might not be. It's also a benefit because you can see how your body's changing based on the changes you're making to improve your fertility. So let's say, for example, one thing with temperatures is if they're too low, under a certain degree, 36 degrees Celsius or 96.8 Fahrenheit, they tend to be low in the morning as you wake up, take your first temperature, then that could mean that your thyroid and or adrenals are not working as well as they could. So that means that if you see those temperatures on a consistent basis, then the practitioner that you're working with can help you find the support that you need to improve the health of the thyroid and adrenals. Now, it doesn't mean that they're diseased or anything, they need medication. It just means that they may be a bit out of balance and not producing or not creating the optimal amount of hormone that your body needs to, number one, feel healthy, or number one, to optimize your fertility, and then also number two, to become healthy. I struggle with calling one of those 1 and 2 because they're both, in my opinion, number one. So those are some of the benefits of temperature charting, and I am putting a free ebook together for you. So if you want to get a copy of that free ebook, please make sure that you like the page at the Baby Maker so that you can see the announcement when that's coming out. And also, so you can get more of these types of tips. I'll talk about different areas of my 5-step fertility solution, what to eat to help you get pregnant, supplements to take or to look at or consider, and all sorts of different things that are really important for you. We also have a very private group, meaning that no one on Facebook will know you're a part of the group. If you don't want people seeing what groups you're part of, or don't want people knowing that you're dealing with fertility issues, you can join this very private or secret group, Facebook calls it, so that we can talk amongst ourselves about what you're doing, and if you're supporting yourself in the way that is best for you in regards to your fertility, and any tips, tricks, and techniques that might be beneficial for you, either starting out, or if you've been trying for a while, looking at any procedures, or just trying naturally. It really doesn't matter. We can discuss all of those things in that private group. And the last thing that I want to talk to you about, which is something that you'll need to consider, is the thermometer that you're using. Now, again, I said at the beginning that you want a basal body temperature thermometer, and if it says fertility, then that's even better. But what I've found over the years is that the temperatures from these thermometers can be quite inconsistent, and patients get frustrated about whether they're accurate or not. So I am on the hunt. I'm on the hunt for a good basal body temperature thermometer. So if you have any of those, please email me at info@naturalfertility.com so that I can start looking at those. I've looked at about 5 or 6 and I'm still not real happy with them, because I want to put together in my Baby Maker products business good cost-effective alternatives for you that are accurate and that work well on a consistent basis, so that you don't have to scour the internet trying to find these things. Let me and my team do that for you, so that you're able to focus on just being healthy and living your life, which sometimes can go by the wayside if you're trying to become pregnant. So anyway, let me know, like the page at the Baby Maker. You can email me as well if you'd like to be a part of the private group at info@naturalfertility.com. And you can email me information about what thermometer you find is helpful, or if you're struggling with your thermometer, what issues that you're having. And you can also email me at info@naturalfertility.com if you'd like a free copy of the ebook that I'm going to be doing on temperature charting, which will be out in the next couple weeks. Alternatively, if you like the page at the Baby Maker, what you can do is just have a look and keep watching that page, because I'll be making announcements about when that ebook is ready, so you can have that. And when I do find an accurate thermometer, hopefully within the next few weeks or so, that you will have, you will be able to find that and utilize that if you're not happy with what you have right now. So I think that's a good amount of information, at least an intro into temperature charting, and you'll get much more information in the free ebook to come. But thanks so much for your attention, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll catch you on the next Baby Maker fertility tip. All right, have a wonderful day.